So, hi everyone. It's been a long time since my last video, and I'm here with another topic in front of you. And yeah, today's topic will be design composition. So, I've been eager to get this course as soon as possible and learn as much as possible from it. And I did. It's been 2 weeks since I finished the course, but in terms of the design, I wasn't quite sure what kind of design I will be making for this because, when I finish a course, like the previous course, when I finished that one too, I immediately try to find a design. What can I design for this? And it's not an easy process for me. So, anyways, I figured it out finally, and I made it, and here we go. So, in terms of design composition, there are some important things that I just wrote here, and I will be quickly get over them, and we will be talk about all of them quickly. So, what I learned in terms of design composition and what you should know about it is that first thing is active and passive zones, and I hope you can see my design here, and I will close myself. Yeah, so, in terms of, by the way, this design, I used some different tools like FreePick AI tool and, of course, ChatGPT in terms of the content that helped me. And this is a shopping platform, if you can tell, shopping for graphic novels or figures, like shopping for geeks. In a nutshell, this is a landing page hero section basically, and as I mentioned earlier, so there is this thing called active and passive zones, and when you look at this design, you can see the header is up there. We have a visual, we have a text, body text, and we have some buttons. And so this place, this video and this text, these are the active zones. This is the place where you usually drawn in when you look at the screen, this design. And the other parts, this header part, is actually the passive zone basically. So when you are designing, just keep in mind these places. And so the other thing is color contrast is very important in terms of design composition, obviously. And when you look at this, like primary and secondary buttons, you can see the contrast between them. So you can immediately understand they have different functions. They work for different functions, and yeah, this is the color contrast. And I thought I should mention that. And I'm sorry, I just like woke up, and my eyes are doing some funny thing. Anyway, so the size contrast in terms of the title. Yeah, when you make the title bigger in terms of hierarchy, in terms of contrast, it makes the composition visually interesting, more interesting. And the other thing we have here is similarity with color. So background image colors and CTA buttons. So you can see it here. I will open myself a little bit. So you can see it here. There is a color blue, and there is this. I will. Okay. So here is the color blue at the background. There are many different colors, neon colors. I use neon for this app, and we have this button color and the icons. So basically, accent color. Our accent color is blue, and you can see there is this similarity that flows very beautifully with the design. So you should keep in mind in terms of similarity with color, the background, the images, the accent color you are using. The another topic is that the simple repetition of elements in composition. When you're designing something, the repetition is very important in terms of your design looking good. Look at the up here. When you look at up here, and by the way, I'm just looking, my recording is fine. Yeah, you can see this login icon, favorites, back. They all have a similar pattern. They're following a same pattern, so simple repetition is one of the important topics, I think. So, in terms of left alignment and the elements being in the left side, so when you look at this design, when you put things on the left, because visually we are reading from left to right, usually in general, these elements pop up immediately. You know, you drawn to these elements right here, and in terms of things being in the left side, they feel close to you. If I put these elements, the title, the text, the button on the right side, you will feel like they are far from you, and this is not what we want. So yeah, this is one of the important parts of design composition. Another thing that I want to mention is that compositional balance. So you can see, as I said, visual on the right and text on the left. So you can see there is a balance here. So this video, this side is a little bit more crowded, and how you can balance that by putting some text, some title text and buttons here, and you can see there is this balance already, because this side of the screen, the video, there is not so much going on, but in here we have this guy walking, and we have these shops moving, and yeah, this is basically, you need to balance things out, you know, in terms of the visuals. If you have a visual here, you need something here to balance it out, and even here there is a visual balance. You know, there's this, we have this logo and search area, and how they are both look like they are on the left side, and we have this on the right, so it gets balanced. You know, it's not easy to explain. You need to develop this eye for this, so you need to make design all the time. So this is what I learned, basically. So yeah, and the other thing is that what we talked about, so compositional balance, 3-point composition, it's very common in hero sections. So the visual, the title, the CTA button. So you can here, I again close myself, so you can see again here the title we have. And so in this design, you basically drawn to three things: the visual, the title, and the buttons. So this is 3-point compositions, this is called. So the other thing is that column grids, yeah, using grids is very important in terms of composition. So here, let me show you. Here I used 12 columns, basically because it's the most familiar for web designs. So you can see when you use columns, there is this hierarchy, there is this balance that you create with columns, and there are the boundaries that you create, so that the design is easier to look, easier to read, feels complete. So you need to use these columns as well in terms of design composition. It's a very important element. So the other thing is that visual hierarchy for establishing the order of importance. So yeah, in here you can see there is a certain visual hierarchy already. You know, we have this right at the top, we have this search area, but it's not so eye-catching, so it doesn't compete with other elements. We have these elements here, the functions, login, favorites, and back, but they are a little bit more prominent with the color, but they are not too much eye-catching. So there is this visual hierarchy again here, and the title, the text. We want the title to be bold and eye-catching, obviously. But if you make everything so big and so eye-catching, nothing shines, you know. So you need to decide what's important and what's not. So make your visual hierarchy accordingly. So another thing is that adding a little bit of asymmetry to make the design visually interesting. So I'm not sure if there is an asymmetry here, but I think there is. You know, when we say asymmetry, we are meaning is that the elements here are not like completely in order. You know, this video helps that a lot. Like there is this movement forward, but the text is facing us directly. So there is this a little bit of an asymmetry. The guy is moving here, though the moving visual is very important in terms of creating asymmetry. So it basically makes the design really interesting. Like when you look at it, like it's feels like it can be, sometimes feels like eye candy, and so it's an important element of design composition. So another thing is that so we talked about visual hierarchy, symmetry. Minimalistic approach is very important, and I since I started this profession, I'm trying to be as minimalistic as possible. So you can see there are not too much element, not so convoluted here, so that we don't make users so overloaded with information. We don't want that. So here we have basically a text and what's this site is all about, and like basic functions. We have this search function, which is very important. Again, these are the most important elements that we don't mention the rest. So we have the categories part. We have some categories that pops out, very important, and we have again some very important functions, bag, favorites, login. So yeah, this is basically a minimalistic approach, and you should follow that. I follow it. Oh, by the way, I forgot to show you this a little bit. So yeah, I added a little bit of an effect, header effect, if you will. And yeah, this is like a glass morphic effect. I love it so much, so I thought why not a little bit visual flavor in here. So yeah, and the last one is that maintaining consistency. Yeah, it is very important in terms of design composition. So you can see here there are these icons are they are of the same shape. They are from the same library, basically icon library. Here we have this search icon here again. We have this menu hamburger icon. Again, the color should be consistent. The text, the typography. I used two different typographies, and actually three if you count the logo as well, Voltrex. So Orbitron, we have Sora, it should be named Sora, and Inter. And you should, throughout the design, you should always use the keep this consistency. You know, you should use your color, accent color all the way. You should use your text typography all the time, and yeah. So these are all the things that I wanted to mention in terms of design composition. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it will be giving you some value, hopefully. Yeah, I completely out of like close my visual. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you on the next one. I will be making these videos as much as I can. I love learning design, and I love sharing, and I hope you find it useful. So see you. Bye.